Oh man, had that volume a little bit loud on that. Sorry about that. Hey everybody, welcome to another live stream. Me, Mr. Moose. On a Thursday night, it looks like. We're gonna do a little farming tonight. You can jump into farm some this evening. And we're gonna jump over on the Cherry Hill server and play there. As I said, I'm gonna try to be over there a couple of times a week. Try to draw a little more interest into this server. So trying to get some folks back over here playing. So that's what we're going to work on tonight. So hope you guys enjoy it. Looks like we got a little planting to do today over on field 3. So, which if you watched last week's streams, you know that we kind of cut that field up over some segments and harvested it. I think Hurricane 45 got on today and was doing a little bit of work on there. As far as plowing it, so I think maybe Cowboy and Big Mac were on as well, helping him out. So kudos to those guys for getting on and helping out with it and getting that underway. So anyways, Christy's going to join me tonight, and we're going to work on that as well. So I got a couple little adjustments I'm making on my end. As soon as I get that done, then we will get started. And we will we'll have some fun tonight. So anyways, welcome everybody. And turn this down just a little bit. All right, let's get that. Tanner Phillips 1126, welcome to the stream. D Johnson 1110, welcome to the stream. And Terry Lee 3135, hello. ET 2948, hello, welcome. Good evening, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, kids of all ages. Waka. That, of course, is Chris D in my headphones. Hello, Chris D, how are you doing, buddy?
Good afternoon, good evening, hello.
Yeah, everybody kind of missed your Waka. I didn't have you up in the stream yet, but...
Oh, all right. Well, I'm sure I'll be given an opportunity to do it again.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully you get lots of opportunities to Waka it tonight. But anyways, so we're going to be jumping in the old big buds today and giving them a go as we are going to cultivate and then plant field, whatever that is over there. So... got no audio. All right, how do we get to the audio screen without showing everything else real quick? There we go. All right, some things aren't working here.
You not have controls?
I got some controls, but not all my controls. Logitech Profiler, I hate you. Okay, this is so... It's getting old. It's getting very old and very tiresome, and I'm really getting tired of Logitech. I just... Why do some things work and others don't? I just didn't understand why I can't have a nice peaceful night where everything works.
That would be too easy.
Yeah. Apparently. Berm 115. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Thanks for the donation, buddy. Thanks for the bits. Pick it up where you left off last night, and I appreciate it, man.
That guy doesn't miss a beat.
Man, he's a monster. Oh, this is so frustrating. Why is it not working?
Do you not have gas or brake?
I don't gas or brake. I have steering, but I have no gas or brake. Yeah, it's one of those. And the rubber band for my headphones just broke.
Oh, Moose isn't having a good evening.
No, it's just one of those nights. Which I'm sure everybody's like, rubber band for its headphones. I have really high tech equipment. The thing that I use for track IR, I hold on to my headphones with a rubber band. It's a complicated, very complicated setup. Only the
ingenuity at its best.
Exactly. Only the highest trained NASA engineers can figure things like this out. And even it's not working right tonight. Did I change something on my computer yesterday? Hang on one sec.
You all talk amongst yourselves as we figure out the technical difficulties.
The pilot has turned on the don't panic sign as he is trying to figure out what he's done wrong. 60 bits, Berm 115, dude, you are on a roll already. Thank you, sir. My stream didn't seem to work last night. It worked just fine for me. Cutie car, what's going on, man? Yeah, did you have problems with it last night or something? It worked last night. Unlike tonight, where it doesn't want to work.
That's Murphy's Law for you.
Yeah? Alright, let's do this. Probably a bad idea, but... Okay, steering wheel's moving. Everything's resetting. The tractor did a little jiggle. It acted like it was going to move. It wiggles. I just don't get any forward momentum.
You have to, I think sometimes you have to check that combined pedals to know.
Well, it is checked. I've got it check marked for Farm Sim. I just am not getting any thrust here. Yeah, if I just went into the options for it and checked. Let's uncheck it and see if it works.
All I know is I'm getting paid by the hour whether I'm working or not.
Well, it's working now. I unchecked it and now it's working.
Yeah, sometimes it does that.
Stupid. Just stupid. Yeah, you're getting paid regardless. I know. It's like, hey, you know, I showed up to work this morning, boss. I don't care if you're having problems. All right, clear the way. Let the big dog get over here and eat. Yeah, it's funny how employees are that way. They're like, well, you know, sucks you're having problems. I'm still getting paid, right?
I'll follow you onto the field.
Whoa, come on now. Oh, I still got problems, man. I still got problems aplenty. My track IR setup is set up for iRacing. Oops. Zero head movement in iRacing.
You want to cut a headland, or do you just want to go up and down the field?
I figure we'll like do a headland, like a 2-tractor headland, and then we'll cut the and then we'll just start plowing straight across. Yeah, that stuff, it'll work. Let me tab out real quick and adjust my Trek IR. So many little things to do when, and I came home, like, of course, just, you know, running like my head's cut off in order to get the stream started, as I had a doctor's appointment this afternoon I had to go to. That's where I ran off to on you boys.
Okay. Hopefully everything's all right, or is it a thing for your leg?
The thing for my leg. I'm gonna go ahead and set up GPS now, so if you want to grab my course real quick. I think that's the right course.
You doing 24.9 meters?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about these stupid cultivators. Don't work right.
Oh, they go at an angle, huh?
Yeah, they're screwed up.
Hey, I think we're a little fat. We're leaving a line here.
Well, we're a little bit fat because my cultivator's pulling at an angle and not doing right. So that would be a reason why, you know. The fact that even when I back up, it's not right.
You want to shrink the width?
If you get the cultivator straight, it works fine.
Yes, it does.
So apparently the cultivator sinks. Once it sinks, it stays at that angle the whole time. It, you know, it's not smart enough to straighten up. I mean, God forbid. Yeah. Drifting cultivators. That's it, man.
Hashtag that's giants for you.
What was this now? I got a great demand warning and my tractor just bogs down to a crawl. Stupid.
Yeah, so does mine. So did mine.
I've never had that happen before. That's bizarre. If you're like me, you didn't have bad luck. You wouldn't have any luck at all. Pretty much, Jeff. Pretty much. I've always said I'm God's little joke. When he needs to humor himself, he has Gabriel blow his horn. Gabriel, sound the trumpets. We're gonna screw with Moose. When my dad was sick and he was like getting ready to pass away and everything, we joked one night and I was like, hey, do me a favor. When you get to heaven, go up to the big guy and tell him to cut me a little slack. Maybe make my life not so hard and difficult. Could you? He just kind of laughed. And I know I'm his personal little amusement. Likes to screw with me, but could you tell him to slack off a little bit? I think I've had 45 years of it.
It's okay. Take a Sunday off, will you?
Yeah, exactly, man. Toss me a bone every once in a while. Let's see. Love to hunt. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Cutie Car, have you talked to Banky Gaming lately? No, we've talked about that in the stream. I haven't. I don't know what's up. I know there's rumors, but I haven't talked to him, so I don't know what's going on. And as I said, the person you would want to talk to would be Landy. If anybody knows where the guy's at, it would be Landy. But no, I sure haven't, man. Hope he's alright. He may have just decided to give it up. Car Freak 1, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you today? I'm good. I'm good. There is, so I went to the doctor this afternoon to consult with them on the possibility of having my knee scoped.
Ruggy.
Yeah. Not something I'm looking forward to, but it's gonna have to happen because the knee is not getting any better, and it's actually, I'm having a lot of pain with it. So looking like
my cultivator.
Huh?
Oh, my cultivator did like a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, well, enjoy it. So let's see. Love to hunt for the cultivator pull straight. You just have to push the button to raise it up really fast and it straightens up. I know, but my point is, this is ridiculous. Giant should have fixed this crap. It should straighten up on its own. I don't have to do that in real life. In real life, when I put the cultivator down in the ground and I start pulling it with the tractor, it has to do with physics and force and lateral pull, and yeah, and it straightens itself out naturally. It doesn't do this crap. So it just, the fact that it does it in the game is just ridiculous.
I still can't get mine straight.
And the fact that they charge people money for it to do this crap is just, you know, come on, get your act together. At what point, when they went to the Big Bud farm and you know, and checked out the Big Bud machinery and how it worked in the field, at what point did their cultivators drift 45-degree angles like this crap?
Yeah, this is no bueno.
Yeah, it's just total crap. Hashtag blame Giants. If I asked Giants for a piece of machinery that had hydraulics on it so I could, you know, as I'm cultivating through the field, have it shift 45 degrees off axis, either left or right, they would probably go, yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, well, your cultivator did it last night. Now it's completely going, it was pulling like 45 degrees, and this is completely wrong as to how it's doing anyways, because we're on the back side of a hill. If it were going to slide anywhere right now off axis, it would slide off axis to the right because gravity's wanting to pull it down the hill. But instead, it's wanting to switch off axis to the left, countering gravity. I mean, it defies physics.
Well, mine is like going downhill, like 45 degrees, no matter what I do.
Yeah, but you'll get to a point on the backside where mine started off 45 degrees downhill and then got to a point where it drifted uphill and went 45 degrees off. It's just... Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Berm145 subscribing to the channel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Waka waka waka.
Dude, thanks. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys rock. I submitted for my first emoticon today with the dare I say something new for the channel.
It's a surprise.
Cowboy, what's up, buddy? Will you remove the DLC from the server if it's bad? Probably not. The only piece of equipment that does this and messes up like this is the cultivator. Plows work fine. The plows don't drift. It's just the cultivator. Huh?
I was going to say the planters work fine too.
Yeah. Planters are good. It's just the cultivator that's screwed up. This is so annoying. It's like it just has a complete mind of its own. It just goes wherever it wants to go. There's no pulling it straight. Yeah, Bucky, it seems like it's just the cultivator. Like I said, the plow seems to pull straight. It's just it. It's just really stupid. You were finally able to get accepted payment to subscribe. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. You're actually, you actually paid money to subscribe. So thank you. Most of my subscribers are Twitch Prime subscribers, which is cool. I like the Twitch Prime thing because it gives people a way to subscribe and actually not spend money, because you're already spending your money on Twitch Prime, or not Twitch Prime. You're already spending your money on Amazon Prime, so you get the benefits of Amazon Prime, but then as a bonus, you also get the Twitch Prime membership, and with your Twitch Prime membership, you have one free subscription that you can use every month. And so if you use that on whoever that you decide to use it on, you get the added benefit of being able to contribute to your favorite streamer's channel, so helps them out a little bit. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, it's one of those cool little things that comes when being an Amazon Prime subscribers, which, you know, like I subscribe to Amazon Prime for one delivery or one purchase that I made. I'm gonna knock out this little bit because it'll drive me nuts. But yeah, I bought Twitch or Amazon Prime. I got the free one time when I was getting a bunch of computer parts, but then I was buying something else that I really wanted to get 2-day delivery on, and so I went ahead and broke down and spent the money on Prime, which I don't know. I don't really see the value in it. So I think now that we're pulling straight lines, if we address it, if you go wide out and then make your turn and get lined up so that everything's pulling straight before you drop your cultivator, hopefully hopefully it will work better this time.
Yeah, I'm all the way down the strip here, and I haven't had it to turn at all yet.
So yeah, it's very nice. Big Mac, I'd subscribe several times if it didn't cost so much. Yeah, dude, I understand. Subscription is not for everybody, trust me. And you know, and it's just a way to support whoever you're supporting. So, you know, it's like I was talking to Chris earlier. I don't expect anybody to subscribe. Those of you who do, I absolutely tip of the hat to you, you know, and I thank you a million times, and I can't say thanks enough. I mean, really, I feel like I ought to be jumping through a million hoops for you, you know, and eventually I'll figure out a way where I can show my support or show my thanks to you guys, my gratitude a little bit not better, but I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. So Blazer Gaming, it's ice on the field, so that's why the cultivator slides. I got you. We greased up the field a little too much, got it a little bit too slick.
I don't think the seasons mod will work on here too because the fields are so good.
Stanley Bedgood, what's going on, dude? Welcome back to the stream. Good evening. What'd you say, Chris? I missed it.
I said I don't think the seasons mod would work on here because the fields are too big.
I think it would work. It's just, I think you know, be broke.
Oh yeah, you definitely broke.
Just depends on how much time you give yourself per season, you know. That's the thing about the seasons mod. It's how much money do you give or how much time do you give yourself per season to get going. With fields this big, you'd have to have really long seasons, and the problem with that is going to be if you have really long seasons, the maintenance charges and stuff that are built into it would kill you. The exaggerated or accelerated maintenance and breakdown stuff that they've got built in there, I just think the expenses per day would just destroy you. Look at Chris, man. Totally has mastered the whole dual plow setup, switching lanes thing, man.
The best, man. Come on.
Look at that, man. There's a tear welling up in my eye right now, man. I've taught him so well. You wonder whether they're paying attention, and then all of a sudden they go and amaze you. Boys growing up so fast. Or it's been raining too much. Yeah. No, I don't think it's been raining too much. I think it's just it's so hot. The oils in the field are causing it to be really slick and drift. The grease gun, we greased all the fittings earlier, and it's just the heat's melting it onto the field and making it slick as ice. Huh. Berm 115 cheering 100 bits because Chris is learning.
Oh man.
Nice.
Wow. I guess he thinks I'm a rook, huh?
100-bit cheer to Chris for learning. Good boy. Attaboy.
That's funny.
That cracks me up.
That's good stuff.
Blazer Gaming, beautiful work, you too. Thanks, man. Thanks. Big Mac's giving me a couple pats on the back. Everybody's so happy for you, man.
Wow.
It's like when your kid gets their driver's license, or, you know, graduates or something. Everybody's so happy for them. You know, if this were an action movie or something, I would die right now, and because you've proved that you're no longer, the student. You've become the master, and now I get to die and go to greener pastures.
No longer a Padawan.
Yeah, that's it. I'll come back as just a 3D, Oh, come on, turn. Yeah, I'll come back as a hologram from now on. I'll appear in future episodes of Farm Sim only as a voice and a voice from beyond, or a hologram. You know, I watched Star Wars the other night, which brings up Star Wars, okay? Since I'm referencing it slightly in the stream. I'm watching Star Wars the other night because for some reason, I guess TNT or FX or somebody decided to, like, each night play a different Star Wars, and guilty me, I watch them all, even one, even though it sucks. But so I get to episode 4, which we all know is episode 1, but anyways. So we're watching it, and Lucas remastered it and changed everything in it, and I don't know. Here's my question: are you guys a fan of the remastered version or are you purist and believe that Lucas should have never touched and doctored up the original Star Wars?
Leave it untouched.
This is for untouched. I'm curious for those of you watching, because what I really can't stand is that dude who played Darth Vader has, you know, one scene in Star Wars at the end of, well, actually it's the end of episode 6, right? He has that, you know, where he died, and Lucas had to fat finger go back in there and digitally take him out and put bad Darth Vader in there. And I just...
Christian... You talking about the hologram? Yoda, Ben, and then Darth Vader?
Yeah. Well, okay. Even when Darth Vader dies in 6, right? Yep. Or 3, as we all know, is actually, you know, Return of the Jedi. But anyways, in Return of the Jedi, the original version of it, where everything's getting ready to explode, and Luke takes the mask off of his father, and it's the old British dude, right? It's the actor who actually played originally in the series, and it's him, right? But then at the end, when they have Yoda and Ben and, you know, Vader standing up there together, it's originally it was the old British dude standing there next to Yoda and Ben. But, you know, Lucas had to go back and fat finger it and put Christian whatever his name in there.
I think his last name is Hayden.
Caden, whatever his name is. Not good at it. Didn't like him. See, that's how much I don't like him. I can't even remember what his name is. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, and even, I mean, like, the little things that they did to Star Wars 1, with the whole adding of Jabba meeting Han Solo outside the Millennium Falcon in the beginning of it, to where he, I mean, all they did was they copied the same dialogue that he just said in the lounge in the bar. It's the same dialogue that he used in the bar, and they just added it into the movie there. I just didn't like that. So, is this an open server or a closed server? It's my community server, which is somewhat open. If you don't have access to it, you don't have access to it right now. It's a public server, basically, but you have to be part of my Discord server to get access to it. How about that? I don't keep an open server anymore because we got too many people who would just jump on to be a part of the stream, or would just jump on to be a troll, or wouldn't follow the rules or anything else like that. So in order to gain access to the server, you have to jump on Discord, be an active member on Discord for a couple of weeks, and then we'll give you access to the server. I don't ask much of you. I just want you to show up, put a little bit of effort into getting onto the server, other than just going, I want to get on, and then you get on for the live stream and leave your equipment in the middle of the field when the stream's over because you got your 15 seconds of notoriety or whatever. And How many times have we had that one happen, Chris?
Oh, I stopped counting.
Plenty. Man, I really want to play on the server. Really want to play on the server. How do I get on the server? Download the mods, jump on the server. Great, I'm gonna come in right now. And then they come on and it's like, look, just follow the rules, play by the rules, read the rules, have all the rules laid out for them to read. They read the rules, they get on the server. They're on for 15 minutes. The stream ends. We never see them again. They leave the server and leave their tractor right in the middle of the field or right where they wanted it, or drive through the fields. So basically there's a little bit of a screening process in the fact that I ask you to get on Discord. You jump on Discord and I ask you to be active on the Discord server. By active I mean not just log on and send me a thing and go, hey, I want to get on the farm sub server. It's get on, talk to some people, be a part of the community for a little bit, and you know, after a week or two where I've seen that you're on there and being productive or being social and can follow the rules of the server, then I will gladly grant you access.
Yeah, we got over 100 people on here. Discord, that is.
I was about to say, what? There's 100 people watching the stream? There's no way. I was like, what you talking about, Willis? I'm gonna go up here to the top and reset this row. So when you skip on your end, just skip 2 and then go down the third one.
Yep.
Crusader 1218, welcome to the stream. Yeah, my days of 100 people watching the stream I think are over. Unless I go back to YouTube.
Or if there's a new DLC that comes out.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Or the new ATS map comes out or something like that, you know. I figure when ATS, when New Mexico ever releases, I figure that'll help out a little bit.
Well, at their rate, they'll have all 50 states out by the year 2062.
Well, look, I mean, you know, at this rate, what they're doing is going to be, by the time they get a new state out, I think driving a truck will be a thing of nostalgia, you know? We'll all be on automated trucks and, you know, driverless trucks, and we'll be like, this is how you used to do it, kids. They're like, why does somebody create a video game about driving a semi? That hasn't been done in 10 years. They'll have to change the American Truck Simulator whole concept. Instead of doing like states, so you drive from state to state, they'll have to change it to where it's cities, and they'll have to have a more detailed version of a city so that you have to drive from pickup spot to delivery zones, because that looks where the state of trucking is going to go to. Crusader 1280, man, I'll tell you what, I'm into the whole hydroponics. I love hydroponics, and trust me, I've wanted to do a big hydroponics facility, but here at the house I've got a little bit of a hydroponic garden going. But I've seen some big operations before as well, man. I went to one, toured this one facility. This guy's got a thing, I want to say it's called an Omega. But the device itself is a carousel. And if you look at a Ferris wheel and turn a Ferris wheel sideways so that you look at the wheel and all the little gondolas that are on the Ferris wheel, if you think about that, but then now we expand that out, like pull the sides of it out so that you lengthen the entire thing, that's the way this device is. It's a big long cylinder. It's not a cylinder, but it's a big long cage, and it has baskets or troughs that hang down on it all the way around it, like the gondola, where the gondolas are on a Ferris wheel, there's a trough, and that spins around a centrally located where your axle would be, or your hub. There's a growing light there, and so that just slowly turns around, and at the bottom of it there's a trough of water and growing solution, fertilizer, all that stuff in there. And basically this thing just slowly rotates around the light, and when it gets down to the bottom, the growing trough is dipped into the growing solution so that all the roots get good and wet, and then it just slowly rotates on around it. So it's a big rotisserie basically for plants. And of course, since plants grow towards the sunlight, they naturally grow towards the light. And he's got those, but then you take that whole apparatus. So each one of those, let's say it's got like 12 growing trays on it that they plant with with their vegetable that they're growing, and those are all growing on there. But then he has one of those, and then he's got several of those on this. If you've ever been to Home Depot or Lowe's and you've seen in the carpet section the big lifts that you have carpet on,
Yep.
He's got those on it. So there's one of these carousels that's growing like 12 trays of vegetables. But then he's got G the One, welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, and thanks for the follow, appreciate it, buddy. So anyways, he's got that set up, growing 12 trays of vegetables per Omega, and then he's got another carousel that has like 12 of those on top of that. So, and they all rotate around. So when it comes time for him to maintenance it or pick or whatever, you know, he goes over to this big giant carousel in this warehouse, and he tells it like he wants to start at unit 1. He keys in 1 and hits go, and it rotates it around to where unit 1 comes down to be serviced, and then he can go through and add in whatever solution that he needs to, or you know, do whatever kind of maintenance he needs to do, tend to the plant in question, and does that. And then once he services that one, he goes to the next one, and it just rotates around on that little carousel. It's just, the setup's amazing.
Sweet setup. Did you mute yourself? We got some dead air.
What?
Ah, there he is.
Sorry, man. I muted myself for a few minutes. Sorry. Told you I'm having sinus problems.
Ah, gotcha.
You don't really want me to leave my mic open while I blow my nose, do you?
No, you can, I don't need to hear that sound effect.
You sure? I mean, I can recreate what I've been doing the last couple of minutes for you if you wanna hear it. There was a little nose blowing, a little nose snorting, a little coughing. It sounded a little like yeah. You're playing FS15 for a week now. Love it. Running with no loans. Doing well. So far, running 3 fields with a chicken coop. Plan on it to expand. Love watching your channel and listen to you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Crusader. Farm Sim 15. The good days. The good old days of Farm Sim. Tings in the spit. Nice, Big Mac. Adding in sound effects over there. So this week I gotta redo all the graphics for the live stream. Gonna completely redo everything. Get rid of some stuff and I don't know, add some stuff in. I gotta figure out how I can do it because I want the graphics to be as minimalist as possible for the stream. Like, I really thought when I did the one that I got now that it was pretty minimal. But, like, when I play 7 Days to Die, it blocks some of the stuff on 7 Days to Die. And, God, this cultivator's driving me nuts. I just want to scream at it.
Oh, it was doing that to me, though, that pass you're doing right now.
It's just stupid. It's so stupid, you know? Why it does that? You know, but then again, it's giants in their infinite wisdom when they designed everything and did everything. They probably, you know, they probably tested it out on completely flat farms and completely flat fields. Things with, you know, no elevation changes at all. That works great. No bugs at all, boss. Ship it out. Let's get some more money from these maroons. Farm sim. Farming money out of our pockets every day. Yeah, I think them boys are ready for another DLC, boss. They're just about ripe. Let's go ahead and release another piece of garbage. Get $10 out of them. This time we'll call it Platinum. Well, what are we going to put in there? Well, we're going to reskin a plow and a cultivator and slap a new brand name on it. Tanner Phillips 1126 subscribing to the channel and knocking all the bits out of the cup. Booyah!
Waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka. Tanner Phillips taking advantage of his Twitch Prime account and subscribing to us here on the channel. So thank you, Tanner. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit helps and I appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, if you subscribe to the channel with Twitch Prime, remember that every 30 days you have to resubscribe. It's one of those things, the way Twitch Prime works, because you get one a month and you have to, at the end of the month, or I guess it's at the end of the month or whenever it is, at the end of your 30-day subscription, you have to re-up to a channel. So anyways, but Tanner, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. It's an honor. Tis an honor to have you.
So anyway, to continue what you were saying, spray paint some same machine, slap a new name on it, and call the new crop sugarcane.
Exactly, man. You know, but I mean, they are putting out new machinery for the sugarcane that, you know, basically is the Terra Vera and the New Holland poplar head, you know, to make a new machine. But anyways, but the rest of the stuff, like the bison stuff they're going to put in and that stuff, it's just going to be more plows and cultivators, you know, and another combine, because you're going to get a bison combine. I guarantee you, if they're putting bison in, they're putting a combine in, or bison, however it's pronounced.
We should start a forestry petition.
Should just, you know, start I should just hire a modder. I should just find one guy who's really good at modding and put him on the payroll. And just say, okay, look, you know, instead of giving giants money, we'll just give you money. Berm 115 trying to refill the cup with another 60 bits. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Little 60-bit train there coming in to the station. That should fill the cup up nicely. All right, somebody put a big donation in and bomb it out. Yeah, I mean, like 5 or 6 of us, you know, pull our resources together, and instead of keep paying giants $10 every so often for, you know, one mod that is worth it, we, you know, pay one modder.
Let's just get Zombie and Rambo to teach us what they're doing.
I know that whole teach a man to fish and, you know, he'll eat for life, you know, but I want a game. I don't want to be sitting playing, you know, Blender the rest of my life. I'm sure it's fun. I mean, like, when I'm doing, like, making a logo or making a website or doing an art design of some sort, it's fun. You know, when I was in radio and I did commercials, creating something out of nothing was always fun, and Yeah, you know, and like, I guess when I skin a truck in ATS, and I can't wait to show it off, and I get a little giggle out of it, you know, but I just can't see spending countless hours to make a mod for Farm Sim. Because that's even like ATS for my skin for my truck. I put way too many hours in that one as it was, and I got to tell you, there were times when I was like, I'm gonna work on this for 5 more minutes, and if it doesn't line up, screw it. I don't need this that bad. This 5 minutes I could be using playing a video game somewhere. I can't imagine putting in hundreds of hours for, you know, one mod.
Nope. At some point, there's no more return on investment.
Yeah. T Benedict 0182, are you playing with periodic plowing in the 3-stage FERT? You betcha. You betcha. That's the only way to play, man. What are you talking about? What you talking about? Periodic plowing. Do we plow every time? We're old school. In this game, I use solid more than anything, which is, you know, sort of in line with the way I do in real life. I use far more solid fertilizer in real life than I ever would liquid. Darkside Dave, what's up? What up with you? Love your YouTube videos and tutorials. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, like in real life, I use solid fertilizer when I set the field. I use solid fertilizer when I plant the field. And if I side dress, I use solid fertilizer. I don't really use liquid at all very much in real life. Yeah, T Benedict, I really like, I'm not a real fan of the way they've got the fertilization in the game. It's not really my cup of tea, especially the way people do it. Because most people who play the game, who are in such a damn hurry to do everything the most quick and efficient way they possibly can and not do it in any sort of realistic manner. They fertilize, plow, fertilize, cultivate, and then fertilize when they plant. And that's just not, it's not realistic. That's too much fertilization in the beginning on your plants. You would, I don't know, you burn a lot of stuff up. doing it that way. Plus, you'd have some really, your water retention ponds or creeks would have so much algae in them from wash off, it would be just amazing. But, you know, something more realistic along the lines of what I like to do is, you know, treat the field when you plow, then come back and when you plant, fertilize then, and then at some stage along the way in real life, you know, in real life I would treat the field before I plowed. So if I was going to put any kind of soil amenity in, it would be before I plow, you know. So if I'm going to put manure on the field, or if I was using liquid calcium or something like that on the field, like we did liquid calcium this year on the field. We had a guy come in, sprayed the field down with liquid calcium before we plowed them. So that goes in there and gives you that nitrogen boost and enriches the soil. So he put the liquid calcium down, and then we plowed all the fields. If you're doing lime or some sort of, any sort of soil amenity that you're putting in, you do it before you plow. And that way, when you turn the field, whatever you put on the top is going to get to go deep down into the soil where you need the nutrients to get to, right? And that way, when it rains, it doesn't wash off and end up in the creek. So you get that done, and then you do whatever soil prep you want to do after that. Because after you plow, really the stuff that you do after that is just for soil preparation, to get a nice seed bed so that you can plant into it. And then when you plant, that's when you put in, you're going to plant with fertilizer at that point. And you know, most of your planters are set up so you got a seed box, usually a fert box, and some of them will have another small kicker box for some other, you know, pre-emergent or something else like that that might be added in there as well, right? So, or you may mix a fungicide in with your fertilizer or with your seeds, or, you know, a lot of people do everything different ways, and there's far more to planting than just putting some seed in a box and putting it out in the field. There's a lot of different chemicals that can be added into the process and stuff like that. So, and it all depends on what your situation is, how much root rot you've had in the past, or if you've got any sort of, you know, issues with, you know, worms or certain bug or whatever else like that, right? So yeah, it may have to have some sort of pesticide or whatever. But all that's done when you plant, and then at some point along the growth state, you may have somebody come in and spray, or, you know, if you do manual cultivation, you may side dress. Which I've told you guys all, you know, we do mechanical cultivating instead of chemical cultivating, where we pull what looks like a chisel plow, but it's a cultivator. We pull it through the field and disturb the weed growth, and at the same time we're side dressing the plants. So that's the way we roll anyways. Man, it sucks these cultivators won't pull straight.
I know, we're leaving a little strip here, there, and everywhere.
Well, I mean, technically it's not a big deal. The cultivation in this game really is to go through the motions, or to plow in a fertilizer if you're doing a fertilizer treatment. I do it, I mean, we're basically going through the motion for me, so don't worry about trying to go tidy up. We'll catch it with the planter.
Alright, want to bring this back and hook up?
Yeah, what you want to plant? What you think we need to plant?
what haven't we planted on here yet? Or what has
Phew.
not been done in a while?
You got me, and I don't keep up daily on it.
Well, something that doesn't give us a straw swath, I guess.
Well, you know how you deal with the straw swath, right?
Just plow it under?
Yeah, you just plow it under. You switch the combine to no straw. No swath for you. How long have you guys been on this map? Since the day it came out. Big Mac says sugar beets.
No.
I'm gonna plant field 3 in sugar beets and then never come back on the server ever again.
Yeah, and only give us the rooster to do it, right?
I think that's all that's on here. I think we got 3 roosters on here. I don't think we have anything else. But look, we still got all the... We planted field 1 in sugar beets once. And look how many sugar beets we have on the farm.
Oh no, we got the 2 whole bins.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hurting for sugar beets.
We could do sunflowers.
Yeah, that'd be fine. We can use the corn headers instead of using those big machines. I mean, the corn planters. We use the John Deere equipment.
Yeah, that's what I hooked up to. I got sunflower, all set to go.
Well, pull out there. Get out there, buddy, because I got to come in here and park this thing. Actually, I gotta go wash my cultivator.
Oh, I didn't wash it.
I'm gonna be the good employee and put it up clean. Are you making your own seed fertin field? You betcha. Yo betcha. Anybody guess what movie I've been watching this week? Well, not this week, but I watched it last week. It's been on a lot lately, too. Yo betcha.
Booyah!
Let's see. Quadzi? I don't know. J Cantrell 9, thanks for the follow. I guess that's Quadzi, or I'm not sure, but thanks for the follow, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm terrible with some of these Twitch names. YouTube, at least people use like their name, and it was like John Lucamonimus, you know. Twitch, it seems like it's a whole bunch of randomness. Here today, boys and girls, we want to take a tour of the Flex Coil ST820, better known as the Wandering Piece of Crap. You'll find it has a complete mind of its own when you're working in the field. You want to plow straight, it's going to go to the right or the left. Thanks to flex coal technology, you can't pull it in a straight line.
It's a toilet. Send it back.
It's a turd. Man, I added a ton of new music into my music folder today, and I ain't heard none of it. It's the same crap. Should have just created a new music folder. But you said sunflower, huh?
Yep. I got GPS all set up.
All right, roll on there, buddy.
Rolling.
Interesting. Bit of splotchiness.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that didn't look good. Yeah, I had one part of my planter was hovering in midair. Quite interesting.
A little bit in between us.
It seems like it.
Oh, it picked it up as 18 meters.
Well, Chris, haven't you learned that nothing is as it seems in this game? It does seem like it's missing a little bit, but then again, you're like leaving some weird spots as well. Well, let's look at the store, Chris, and I'll tell you how wide
it says 18 meters at the shop.
Well, then set it up for 18 meters and we'll go with it. It could just be a graphical glitch there, bud.
All right.
I think it's just I think it's doing it. It just kind of looks weird.
I'm gonna get the sign pre-made that says Rambo was here. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Planted by Rambo.
You want to do the same thing? Go around once and then back up and down?
Yeah.
All right.
It's so funny because I get a lot of hate from people who say I'm doing it wrong when I do that. But that's the way we do it in real life. A lot of people are like, well, you should plant up and down the field and then do your headland. I'm like, it's the way we do it in real life. Real life, we don't really do headlands. We have enough of a buffer between any trees or anything that fence lines and stuff like that. We have enough of a buffer where we don't have to do a headland. Zabo 242, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Oh, welcome to the channel. Good evening.
Waka waka waka.
Thanks for the follow, appreciate it, man. Darn.
Yeah, we're missing our partner in crime here.
Yeah, well, you know. He's probably playing with dinosaurs. That or calling dinosaurs, or...
I think he wasn't feeling well earlier.
Yeah. Again, Big Mac, headland first or last depends on who you are and how you plow and how you're raised to do stuff. I've always done headlands first to give you room to do everything else, but Rooster071, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Waka waka waka.
Again, it's to each his own. You know, the theory behind the people who will give me grief for it, and the reason they give me grief for it is their belief is that if you drive over the planted furrow that you're going to be destroying the crop or something, and while it would add to some compression of the soil where you had just planted, and it might cut down on the amount of emergence you get from that little bit of plant. Typically you would overseed that anyways, so it would grow out. But you don't damage a plant until it's actually into its, you know, until it's emerged. So driving over something that you just seeded isn't going to destroy it. Yeah, that's it. You're doing it wrong because it's not the way I do it. You're doing it the way you do it. It's a little bit different than what I do. But to each his own. No, it's you're wrong because you're doing it the way I don't do it. That's like cutting grass in the game. Oh my god. The grass cutting Gestapo comes out every once in a while. That's not the proper way to cut a field. You go around 4 times, and then you go through the center, and then you go around in circles. That's the proper way to do a field. Because that's the way somebody told me to do it. And you always cut with the mower off to the right side of the tractor. That's the way you do it. Yeah, that's the way you do it. That's the only way to do it.
As my pappy told me to.
I got news for you. There are some guys who believe you should never ever, when you cut like alfalfa, there are those who believe you should never ever drive back over the field once you cut it, right? So, because they're like, okay, explain to me where any of this makes sense, right? Because they're like, well, once you cut the field, you should never drive back over what you just cut because it bruises and damages the leaves once you've cut it. And I'm like, okay, I might buy that, but go ahead. Tell me about driving back through to ted the field, and then after I've tedded the field, I drive back through the field with a rake, and I rake the field. That doesn't damage it at all, right? I mean, that doesn't do any damage at all to it. Oh yeah, and then I'm going to bring a baler in, which sucks it up, puts it in, and slams it all together with a whole bunch of knives to pack it in as tight as it can possibly be packed in together. And then, you know, stick a string or a net around it. And again, I don't drive over it. Why? No, you're doing it wrong. So wrong. In fact, Rambo's fired.
What do you think? We're about to fill this cedar up at least 2 times.
Say what?
I think we're going to have to fill this cedar up at least 2 times.
Oh, probably so. Oh, brother, we do that all the time. We don't start losing leaves until we've had it take time, because guaranteed only time it rains when the alfalfa's on the ground. Yeah, pretty much. I just laugh at people, you know. I listened to somebody was talking about that. Oh yeah, you have to cut the field in a manner so in which that you never drive back over the grass that you've just mown. And I'm like, what? You didn't really just say that, did you? Because you're gonna drive over that grass several times. What you want to avoid is driving through the grass that you've not cut already. I'll drive over the cut grass all day long. But then again, I don't do hay for a living, so I don't do hay, period. I'm not in the dairy business. I do vegetables. I was doing good at following you a minute ago, and now I'm way off.
Oh, really?
I'm a bit fat. I'm cutting into your stuff a little bit too much, but it's all right.
What's giving us income? Is it the greenhouses?
Probably so. Or the windmill or something like that. I'm shocked that we're going through more fertilizer than we're going through sunflowers.
I know, I noticed
Seems a little odd. Seems a little glitched. Yeah, it seems like it should be the other way around. It seems like it should be going through the seed reserve much faster than the fertilizer. Exactly, man. Exactly. If a swather never drove over, you'd be out of business. We're going, boy.
Come on.
Did you reach out and touch someone there? That was fun to watch, Chris. I can tell you that much.
One of my bad moments there.
Just when you think the boys, you know, graduated and doing well, he has to go off and break your heart. Oh, that was humorous.
I get the funny feeling that these lighter patches are not getting fertilized.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just a graphic glitch. I mean, remember at points we were harvesting this farm and you'd be cutting and it would be just not even showing up or whatever. So I just think it's graphical glitches. Again, this is a modded map, so you never know what's going on. What trouble is Chris causing? Chris didn't cause any trouble here. Nope. All mistakes that were made by a guy named Rambo.
A second, that's right.
We've pretty much already determined that. We have a worker named Rambo. He makes all the mistakes for us. Field not plowed properly? Rambo did it.
Booyah! Truck in the water? Rambo did it.
X-Bestie-X, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the herd.
Waka, waka, waka.
Herd. You know, it's I'm gonna have to re-explore that whole thing though, you know, because like a follow isn't a subscriber. Like on YouTube, that was the whole subscriber thing, right? Somebody subscribed to the channel is welcome, 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 blah, blah, blah. Waka, waka, waka. Over here, though, now that we have subscribers and followers, the followers need to have something, but we have to have something better for the subscribers.
Okay.
Gonna have to work on that one. I mean, really, I'm thinking like if a subscriber, like maybe a follower gets the waka 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 welcome to the herd thing, but then like a subscriber gets a chorus of angels singing waka 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 hallelujah waka waka. Welcome to the herd. Oh man, the stupid things I come up with. Hurricane 45, welcome to the stream. Good evening, sir. Hey, so checked right before I did the stream tonight. The new computer was picked up by UPS today and is on its way. It's actually on its way to a distribution center. Scrabble! 10,890. Thanks for the sub there, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh, wait. Waka, waka, waka! Oh man. Anyways, welcome, welcome, welcome. Do I play on PC or console? I play on PC. Don't play any console stuff. Though I think next year for April Fools, I'm gonna mention it now, but I won't mention it ever again. Rambo cheering 70 bits. Thanks for the sub, or thanks for the bits, man. Thanks for the cheer. Hope you get to feeling better. 210,308. William, hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Anyways, I think next year for April Fool's Day, I'm gonna go out and buy a PS3 or an Xbox or something like that, and do an unboxing for April Fool's and announce that I'm not gonna be gaming anymore on PC.
No.
I'm just gonna go to console and play nothing but console games from now on.
Booyah!
Cookie Gamer 020. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the herd. Waka waka waka. Oh wait, that's your part.
Waka waka waka.
I forgot. My part is welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so I gotta make emoticons for the channel, right? One of them's gonna be the moose, right? So one of the emoticons is gonna be the soon to be revealed moose. I think one of them's gonna be just the word waka.
Yeah.
One of the emoticons has got to be the word waka. And that way when somebody subscribes, everybody can spam the word waka. Waka waka waka. And then I don't know. I wish I could get more than 3 emoticons. I wish I got the same benefits as a partner does, because if I got the same benefits as a partner does, I'd have my little graphic artist knocking out all kinds of versions of the moose, because I would have him like a version with his hand over his eyes or as a face palm, for when Rambo, sinks a vehicle into the water. I would have like a thumbs up, but the buddy moose, with a big thumbs up and a winked eye for, whatever. I'd have one with his ears straight up in the air, and big eyes opened up, sort of like a dog on point. Oh, there's so many different ones I could do. Did I have any special coffee today? I don't know what you mean by special coffee. You mean foo-foo coffee? Berm, there you go with the face palm. 10 bits. Yeah, I'm going to do one that's going to be sort of like the face palm. I'm going to have a moose face palm one. I seem a little bit more hyped than usual. I'm just being me. Jacob Sisk, thanks for the follow. 12345. Jacob Sisk, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Waka waka waka.
Darn. Big Sky Mod. If you look at the map overview, you'll show the FERT is going down splotchy. Nodes need to be adjusted so the fertilizer will work right. The liquid fertilizer goes down 6 gallons to the acre on corn, 3 gallons to the acre on sugar beets. Good to know. Is that the mod or the map? I don't know. I'm thinking about changing the map out. I like this map, but I don't know. I'm thinking about changing it out. Too much whining and grinding about how big the fields are. Which is odd because everybody are always like, I want really big fields. Which we, you know, like, I don't think the fields on this are that much bigger than Graceland was. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't know.
Well, this field 3 is bigger.
Fellhead, please speak English only. Okay, he's saying it's the mod. It's the planter. Makes sense. There's something wrong with it because, for sure, because all of a sudden the amount of fertilizer usage has gone way down versus what the seed usage is. Before our fertilizer usage was just kicking into gear and we were hardly using any seed. Now suddenly we're using a ton of seed and less fertilizer, so
we may not make it back up towards the other end of the field on the next pass.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't know about you, but I know how to fold it up and go get, you know, refills.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just trying to be efficient.
Link my Steam profile because you like to watch people. That sounds like stalking, dude. No thanks. I'll pass. I like to watch people's Steam profile. Yeah, no. Creepy guy in the van down by the river. Thanks for coming by, but yeah, no thanks. I got some candy for you too. I got some candy for you. Here. And by the way, can I have your Steam profile ID so I can watch you on it and stalk you? Ew. Ugh. That moment when you think like, ooh. I was trying to explain the fact to my mom the other day about how you really shouldn't sleep with your cell phone in bed with you and stuff.
Uh-oh.
And how you shouldn't have like webcams on your everything. Like she was looking at my laptop the other day and I've got a piece of electrical tape over the webcam. And she's like, why do you have a piece of electrical tape over your webcam? I was like, I don't know. Just, I don't like the idea of there being a webcam in front of me that I don't know what it's doing. It's like when I have an unwritten rule that there's no cell phones in the bedroom. They all go, you know, at the end of the day when it's time to go to bed, the cell phones go on a nightstand in the hallway. Now, it doesn't pertain to my, you know, family, but as far as, you know, me and the girlfriend, cell phones go on a nightstand in the hallway.
We do the same thing around dinner time.
Well, it's not a distraction thing, it's a privacy thing. Rooster 071, comp repair. First thing you do, tape the cameras. Yeah, I don't want to say I'm paranoid or anything. I've read too many horror stories and stuff. You know, and it's like all these. Watch the movie IT. If you ever watch that movie, you'll like have a whole new appreciation for dumb houses. That movie scares the snot out of me. And if you don't think it happens in real life, you're naive. There's too many stories about hackers and too many hackers who talk about how easy it is to drill into somebody's phone and turn on the mic, open the mic up and be able to listen in and record conversations or turn the webcam or turn the camera on your phone.
I'm gonna refill up.
All right. Not that that's gonna happen to me, but it doesn't mean I can't take the steps to be precautious, you know?
Where's the bulk stuff stored again?
All the way at the end. Hey, you act like you never played this map before.
Been a while.
Yeah. You say nothing to do with maybe, count on it.
I didn't swing tight in enough.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you never know. And I live in a tourist town, and I think people, you know, I talk to like, oh, well, you're paranoid. You know, this is a small town. Nobody's sitting at Starbucks trying to clone people's cell phone IDs or stuff like that. I think of it differently. I think, oh, this is a small town with a big tourist population with a whole lot of people coming through here on a daily basis. And to me, it's more of a more of a target, or would seem like it would be more of a hacker's paradise, because I think people do, because it is a small town tourist area. They let their guard down. You know, they're on vacation. Who would really think of something like that happening in a small beach town, coastal community? Whereas if I were a tech savvy criminal, I would be thinking, oh, that's a really good place, because I got a fresh group of people coming in every week. I can steal some credit card numbers. I can get some, you know, cell phone stuff. I can listen in on some stuff. Might get some juicy info. Bunch of morons sitting on a public Wi-Fi at a swimming pool at their condo, not thinking somebody might be sitting in the parking lot, jacked into the system. Man, Mac's giving you grief over here, man. Chris is a man on a mission, man. He's got things to do, places to be. Only a limited time without the wife and kids. He's making the most of it. Chris is walking around the house in his boxers, drinking his drink, getting his swerve on, knowing that at some point tonight he's got to clean up all the evidence before he goes to work tomorrow, before the wife and kids get home.
I've already done that.
It's gone through and detailed everything. R Dyer or Ryder, whatever you want to, R Dyer 216 map. This is Cherry Hills is the map. Yeah, he got time to sweat the little things, man. He's making enjoyment and making the most of his vacation time. It's back to fatherhood tomorrow. So when the wife goes away for a couple of days, does she give you a honey-do list?
Hell no.
Vinny Soul, are you still playing Pleasant Valley? I am. I just thought I'd take a break from it, come over here and play this map for just a little bit. Hoping to try to generate some interest in people getting on the multiplayer and playing again, but it seems to be failing, so... Yeah, I might have to find a new corn seeder. This thing is starting to be a piece of junk. And one thing I'm noticing is when the fertilizer is full, it's going through the fertilizer much faster in the beginning than it is. It's sort of like an old gas gauge. Like,
Yep.
well, except it's the opposite. An old gas gauge is like, they would hardly move at all in the beginning. You'd be full and you'd be full and you'd be full. And then all of a sudden, once it made that first quarter of a tank drop, it dropped like a stone. It was like, you're full, you're full, you're full, you're running out of gas, you're running out of gas, you're running out of gas. Very so cool. I haven't been catching up. Excuse me, the Yawn Birds came out. I haven't been catching up on previous streams of the map. Yeah. Yeah, I've been taking a little bit of a break from it, mainly because I know there's another version of the map coming, and when it comes, I'm gonna have to restart anyways. So I've been thinking, kind of lay off it a little bit. Come over here. It's two reasons, you know. One, I don't want to be doing a ton of stuff on that map with a new version coming out and being that you're going to have to do a complete restart at that point. Two, this server's been neglected. I would say, like, I haven't been coming on here and playing. Big Mac's been coming on here and playing something, but I haven't been coming on here and playing. And I think because of that, other people have just kind of stopped playing on it. I mean, the server admin shuts it down periodically on me because my terms of service with them state that if the server's inactive for 14 days, they shut it down. And every time I turn around, they're shutting it down. And so that tells me nobody's getting on the server. So I'm going to try to get on here once a week, twice a week and play. Try and generate some more interest in this server and get it back up and running. Either that or I'm going to shut it down, put it on something else.
Is it me or is seeding this thing going slow?
Well, I think it's got the gas gauge thing. I think I don't know. This mod seems a little hinky. Nobody's said anything to me about it being messed up, but now that I'm using it, it seems messed up. So we got 4 fields. We got 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Wow, learn to count there, Moose. We got 4 fields. The 4 that are right here around the farm. The little one there, 1. 2, which is off on the horizon there, and then this is 3, and I think that's 4 over by the windmill. So we got it as well. So but anyways, yeah, something doesn't seem right. I'll probably replace it. Booyah! Vinny Soul, thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the herd. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Waka waka waka.
The herd. Gotta find a Hemi voice.
I think Hemi does it lower. Durd.
Durd. Well, actually, lately, Hemi's been kind of like, can't be bothered with that Hemi, so it's kind of like, Durd. Durd. Mac, there was a reason why I didn't use the DLC version. Why, I can't tell you. Let's look at sewing machines. That's the sewing machine version. Why would I have not used it? It's 18 meters wide. Want to change planners real quick, Chris?
Sure.
Oh, I gotta log in as the admin to do that. Hang on a second.
I'm already in there.
Oh, it's okay. I can log in real quick. I can remember the password. The password is password spelled backwards. All right, so I'm gonna buy a couple of them. We'll see how they go. Buy.
We got to go pick them up, or are they being delivered?
They're being delivered. Just talked to the guy on the phone. He said they'd be here in just a few minutes. The low boy is on its way. If I can find them. One.
Where's the reset point again?
Right out here by the composter. Where's that one at? Here. One at the shop. All right.
I figured you're gonna sell those, so I didn't bother putting it back.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll run the Great Plains and see how they work. And if they work well, we'll sell off the John Deere ones.
Oh, this isn't fertilized, it's just seeds.
See, that's the reason I didn't use them. Oh, it fertilizes. It says it fertilizes.
I don't see an indicator for fertilizer.
Well, I just looked at it in the store. That was one of the things I looked at, I thought. Yeah, it's got a... Oh, does it pull one of the... Oh, it shows that it has fertilizer with it. Right? So that's fertilizer and that's seed. Am I reading that wrong?
I don't know. I'm just looking at glance, and it's not toggling back and forth like it does with the other one.
Yeah, but if you look at it, if you look at it in the shop, it shows that it has
I'll try
fertilizer.
filling it up and see what happens.
Scrabble, wrong icon. That's seed. No, it's not. That's fertilizer. Right? Oh. Well, I thought this was all seed and this was dry. Well, I guess that is dry. That's seed, not that's fertilizer. Okay, well then that's the reason why I never use it, because it's a piece of crap.
All right, so I stop filling this thing or what?
Yeah, don't fill it up. Yeah, I mean, that just means you got to go through another step of fertilizing the field before using it. That's the reason I didn't use it in the first place. That's the reason I didn't use it.
Booyah! All right, so we're going back to the John Deere's.
Swifty73, thanks for the follow. Thanks. Yeah, I'll have to find a different version. I'll find another one. Yeah, that doesn't... I mean, we could use them, but you would have to, you know, fertilize the field again before you actually planted with them. I knew there was a reason why I picked these over that and decided to go with the John Deere's versus using the one that came with the pack. Now I remember why. Well, now if the seeder itself isn't capable of putting fertilizer out, then why would I want to put the seed fertilizer tank in front? That would sort of like be wrong. The thing is, I messed around with this planter for a bit, and the first time you put this thing down, it doesn't go down right. I messed around with this thing for a while to make sure that it was all right before I put it on the server, and hey, you missed a bit there. But I never saw this. It seemed like I've used this before. Didn't realize it was skipping like this, so you're missing what I'm saying, T. Benedict. If it's not set up to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna cheat my way around doing stuff. I'll find a piece of equipment that works properly. I'm not going to do things in the game just because it works and I can get something accomplished in the game. That's not the way I play the game. If I wanted to do that, then I would fertilize, plow, fertilize, cultivate, fertilize, plant. And I wouldn't worry about ever doing anything else. I mean, I'm not about doing things just to accomplish something. I want to do it because it's an acceptable practice, or it's something that actually works in the game, right? In real life. That's the reason I don't use, like, if I really wanted to get something accomplished, I'd go get a mod that's, you know, 100-foot wide planter and, you know, be done with this field in 3 passes. But that's not what I want to do. That's not the way I play the game. It may work for other people, and it might be something that people use as a glitchy workaround or something else like that, but that's not the way I play the game. So
in real life.
Yeah. If it ain't an accepted agricultural practice, or it ain't something I would do in real life, I ain't gonna do it in a game. I could do all kinds of cool stuff in this game. Like I could go and we could make an airport in the middle of a field, or we could go get helicopters and fly around and, you know, F-16s to fertilize with, or what else could we do? We could, I mean, there's all kinds of gimmicks that we can do in the game, but that's not why I play the game. So I do want to use that 250 horsepower lawnmower just once. Just once, I'd like to get that baby running and go cut some grass with it. If I can figure out how to get that push mower to work, I'd like to try that out. I'd just like to see how far it spits in an aluminum can. You know, or what it does to a tree limb that you accidentally run over. Could you imagine what it would do with a rock?
It'd be like a projectile.
It'd be like, how many neighbors' windows do you put out with it? Or who do you kill with it? I mean... For those of you who are lost, there is a 250 horsepower push mower on this map, and yeah.
I'll be right back.
I would think it would do more than laceration. A 250 horsepower mower could spin that blade so fast. I'm afraid it would be a little more than laceration. I believe if that would be like shrapnel from a bomb, and I believe it would have enough force to do a little bit more than laceration. I'm thinking you're talking full force penetration, and you know, if you made it to the ER, you must be mowing grass at the ER. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking if you got hit with that thing, it might leave a 2-foot hole coming out.
Start them back.
But yeah, I definitely think if you got hit by a projectile coming out of that lawnmower, you'd want to be mowing grass at the hospital, not close to the hospital. I think by the time the ambulance got there, you'd have bled out. It'd do some damage. A 250 horsepower motor. You know, the first time you go to start that would be a butt pucker moment. Right? I mean, you'd be like, you know, cringing at the thought of starting it. I ain't starting it. You start it. No, you start it. No, I don't. You start it. I'm gonna be over here behind the, the bomb curtains. Like you got one hand on the starter button, the other one covering the family jewels. Which, what good is that gonna do? Oh. Well, and that's the kicker, Scrabble, is from what we can, from the looks of the mower and from what I can best judge, it's an electric. So, can you imagine the power draw that thing's got? It's got to be rechargeable, because that would take one hell of an extension cord.
A thick one at that.
Yeah, you'd have to be running 3-phase to it. You're running 3-phase power on a 10-gauge electrical cable.
Well, you try that thing up.
You'd have to have 2 kids to help you, like, just pull the cable. Alright, kids, we're gonna mow grass today. Daddy's gonna push the mower. You two are gonna lug the extension cord. Oh, come on, Dad, can't we push the mower? The cable's heavy. Oh, and then there would be that, all right, son, I'm done with the extension cord. Roll it up. Oh, man.
Roll the hose.
Actually, it'd be more like 6-gauge wire, I guess. And 6-gauge doesn't roll up easily. Yeah, I'd be using 6-gauge stranded copper. That stuff's got about as much flexibility as, I don't know, a tree limb.
I've had to use 0-gauge before on car audio installs. Now the fertilizer's behaving the way it should.
Well, no, the seed is performing the way it should. The seed has now gotten past the the fuel gauge, you know, the gauge being hung on full, and it's actually, you know, going down. Man, our old tractors have those old crappy quart fuel gauges on them. Jeez, I hate those things. They're notorious for hanging up. The way they work, they've got like a spiral down the center of them, and they got a piece of cork that floats up and down on these. Well, there's like a U-shaped rod, right? And that's the guide for the cork to go up and down on. And then in the center of it, the cork has a slot that travels up and down that spiral shaft. And the spiral shaft is connected to, at the top, an arrow that points to where the, you know, the fuel gauge is, right? So as the cork goes up, it spins the shaft and makes the arrow move across the gauge, right? That cork would hang up all the time, and you sit there thinking you had a full tank of gas, and you know the cork's kilted to one side and hovering in midair, and yeah, the next thing you know, you're running on fumes. You'd have to constantly like lean up over the front of the tractor and slap the hood a couple of times to get the gauge to move. Such a pain in the butt. You know what? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think I did realize these things were screwed up. I'm sitting here reflecting back on the conversations, and I'm thinking now, I was like, well, I guess we're gonna have to go get. We can use the in-game ones, but we're gonna have to fertilize again. I don't know. Starting to second guess myself now. I don't really care. I have to be honest with you. All of this game is just about going through the motions, right? And trying to look somewhat accurate while you're doing it.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. I mean, I guess there are some people that just don't care, and they blow through the game and they use the most unrealistic crap ever created. Like that harvester slash baler slash kicks it out onto a trailer right behind it New Holland thing that is out there that somebody made. Yeah, that exists in real life.
Booyah!
Outlaw Trucker 8869, welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Waka waka waka.
Darn.
I mean, Moose, I've driven a tractor that had a baler that would shoot the bale into a trailer behind it.
That's different. Now that exists in real life.
I drove one.
Yeah, that exists in real life. That's like, well, I mean, like the way back in the day when I was a kid, the way we baled a field was Daddy drove the tractor and we were on the bed of we were on the trailer being towed behind the tractor, and the baler was pulled through the field, and it would bale it, and then there was like a little kicker that kicked it up in the air, and it would, like kicking a field goal, it would kick it over and into the trailer, and then we would stack the bales into the trailer. So my uncle had a version where the bales just came out of the baler and there was a long chute that each bale would progressively push the next bale out. And this was doing pine straw. And it would push the straw bales on up the chute, and the chute went all the way to the trailer, and you'd walk to the front of the trailer, you'd grab a bale, you'd walk to the back of the trailer, you'd stack the bales, and you'd just work your way up across the trailer. So I remember doing that. So that's realistic. That part of it exists. But that was also a 3-piece operation. That was a tractor, a baler, and a trailer. And, you know, I ain't never seen a device that cuts the grass and bales it in one fell swoop and then has a trailer, you know, pulled behind it for auto stacking.
Nope, I've never seen it either.
Because let's be honest, you wouldn't cut and bale in one fell swoop. You're just not going to do it. You're not going to cut and bale grass, alfalfa, whatever. You're not going to cut and bale in one fell swoop. You're going to cut it and you're going to let it dry. So the fact that somebody's modding a piece of equipment that cuts and bales in one fell swoop is because they're just trying to cut corners and do things as fast as humanly possible, and accuracy is a thing of the past. But that's what I don't understand. You're playing Farm Sim to simulate farming, right? Why are you trying to cut so many corners?
Yep, I agree.
Why are you in such a rush to get things done? That's it. I just want to, you know, make as much as humanly possible. Oh no, Mac, there's one out there that cuts. There's one out there that cuts and bales in one fell swoop. I'm not talking about the mod y'all were playing with, which is also a joke. But no, I'm talking about a different one I saw. It cuts and bales and stacks and everything in one fell swoop. Yeah, I know. If you'd seen it, you'd have been playing with it. Because I've noticed Big Mac goes for the ridiculous. He likes the ridiculous mods. Him and Philip. Philip and him like the, you know, they like those ridiculous mods. Big Mac's looking for the Hand of God mod. That's the mod he's looking for.
Just wave it. Your field is plowed.
No, the Hand of God mod is you get it. It comes with a lawn chair and a glass of Country Time lemonade, and you sit down. You put down the lawn chair and you sit down in it with your Country Time lemonade. And you watch as the Hand of God comes down and just wipes across, picks up all your stuff out of your field and puts it into your silo. And then the Hand of God comes back and tickles the field and gets it ready to plant. Then the Hand of God goes over the fertilizer and broadcasts out a little bit of fertilizer, sort of like chicken feed on the field. And then the Hand of God goes over and gets seed and does the same thing, and then again tickles it with his fingers. And then the Hand of God gets a big water pitcher and pours a little water on the field, and there it is. The cycle is done, and you pack up your lawn chair and you take your glass of lemonade and go back home.
I think you're forgetting something. I think the Hand of God actually dummy slaps you on the backside of the head before you pick up your chair and lemonade.
Is that the same mod that shoots round bells across the county? No, but Mac's into that one too, because he posted a video on my Discord the other day about it. I think he likes that one too. You know, lately Courseplay has been appropriately named. It's a program that plays at following a course. It doesn't actually follow the course that well. I'd like to know how many hours the guy who did that video, I'd like to know how much time he spent in God mode and flight mode turned on with the lift capacity on hand mode turned on to stack all those bales that high. Because you know he didn't stack it with any of the equipment that's in Farm Sim right now. The only way I can think he did it was he turned on flight mode and he turned up the amount of weight that you can carry by hand and hand stacked that whole wall. Which would have been easy to do, but... I did actually watch that video because like Mac posts a video. I pretty much watch it to see what nonsense he's up to now, you know. But so I watched it, and the first thing I was like is, oh my God, what ridiculous mod is this? That what does it do? Launch the bales up all the way up in the air to stack them that high? And then I watched it, and what I realized from that dude's video is his aim is really pathetic. I mean, He completely whiffed on the first attempt to knock it down with them bales. I mean, yeah, come on, man. Get it right. Well, I'm out of fertilizer. Out of seed, excuse me. Yeah, the mods that people come up with is fascinating sometimes. I have to be honest. It amazes me the crap they come up with. What's more amazing is the mods that people go bonkers over. You know, you put out a good realistic mod that, you know, is somewhat accurate or whatever, and they're like, I don't like that. But you put out some ridiculous stupid mod like a, what is that stupid Profi grasshopper thing that looks like a four-wheeler with a Hemi engine in it or whatever, and they love that thing. They plow with it, they plant with it. What was it Lurch used to do was he had a motorcycle that he plowed with. That's what kills me, is the ridiculous mods that people love. Yeah. 200 mile an hour, million capacity. You know, let's come up with the most unrealistic stuff possible. And people are like, yeah, I gotta have that mod. Because again, they don't play, they have such a beat the game mentality for playing the game that it's, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to beat the game. It's not, I'm playing a farm simulator. I'm playing a game, and I've got to figure out the best way to beat the game. What can I do to achieve the end goal, which is buy all the fields and max out my, you know, maximum amount of money in the shortest amount of time. What do I need to accomplish that? And that's the way most of them play the game. They don't view it as a simulator, they view it as a game, and it's beat the game. And what little life hacks can I use to beat it?
That's easy. Just cheat in money. Done.
Well, that's what cracks me up too, is they cheat in money and they buy all these and get all these mods that destroy the economy and whatever, and then brag about the fact that they got $15 million or $50 million and have all these fields that come in. Yeah, I got all the fields purchased on this map. I got $50 million in the bank. I've beat the game. Well, that's cool. How much did you start with? Well, I bought me 4 John Deeres, and I had this, and I also started with this. And okay, that's not beating the game. The most fun I've had playing Farm Sim, I have to be honest with you, was when I played North Brabant. And I played it hard mode legit. Like, I didn't add anything into the game. I used the starting equipment that dude put on the map, which he didn't put much on there. There was only a couple of tractors. And I played North Brabant, and I played it legit. And that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, because you give yourself goals. Like, I want to replace this piece of equipment, so I need to gain this much amount of money.
Yeah, and you know, when I finally got to the point where I could get some JCBs on there and had enough money to do some of the stuff that I wanted to do, then, you know, I think the only cheat, or I guess you call it a cheat or whatever, is I had the rental mod on there. But I don't view that as a cheat, because that's something you could do. You could lease equipment in real life in order to achieve something. So if you didn't want to buy I guess I looked at it too as maybe you could either look at it as leasing a piece of equipment or subcontracting. Either way, you're looking at, either way you want to look at it, you're spending money to make money, you know. And I don't have a problem with that, unless the rental had been absolutely ridiculous. If the rental fees had been like $1 to rent a piece of equipment, I would have had a problem with that. Like, the one thing about Farm Sim 17 that you like is they added in the leasing of equipment, and that the cost associated with leasing does hurt a little bit. It's not like you're leasing it for $1. I don't know. I enjoy playing the game. I'm in no hurry to accomplish anything, and I guess from a YouTube standpoint that's not good, or from a video standpoint that's not a good thing, because, you know, people want to see a different tractor every day. They want to see the latest mods every single day, or they want to see you do something different every single day. But, you know, I'm just playing the game. Was I on the inside track or the outside track?
You're on the outside.
Oh, so you made more progress than I did?
Yep.
I don't believe you. I think you're just trying to skate out a little bit quicker than me.
Then take the inside. I really don't care.
Yeah, you do. You're in a hurry to get done. I know what you're doing. Yeah, like, I'm ready to be done. I'm gonna take the inside track. All right, we're resuming planting. Aw, look at Chris getting up ahead of me. Wait, did you say I was on the inside track or the outside track?
I said you were on the outside.
I find it hard to believe I'd be way back here. You'd be way up there.
Because when you ran out of 0 seat, I still had 300 left in my hopper.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the time that it takes for each of us to move and do the exact same operation, and how did you get to the farm and filled up faster than I did and back and resume? Because I should be able to just pick up where I left off and still be ahead of you. It's sort of like a race. If I'm 2 seconds ahead of you in a race and I have to go pit, it takes the same amount of time for us to pit. I'm still 2 seconds ahead of you on the racetrack.
I can't help it if you drive your tractor like driving Miss Daisy.
I'm gonna claim shenanigans here. Something's afoot.
And I did not cut the field. You can see where my tire marks were.
Outlaw trucker, you stay out of this. You're not part of this conversation. Stop taking Chris's side. I'm just kidding. His big bud's got nitrous on it. Oh, he's got Cowboy's big bud. I got you. He's running the fog. That's all right. I'll just relax back here, take my time. Pop open my cooler down here and grab another beverage out of it. I can't imagine having to farm and work for somebody at a farm. Because I know they don't let you drink on the job. Because there's one thing I can assure you. If I'm going to be in a tractor for 6 hours getting beat up in the hot summer sun, I'm having a beer. I'm not getting soused or anything, but I'm having a beer.
That's how it starts. You can't have just one.
Oh, no, I mean like, well, it's true. Like if when I bush hog, there's a 6-pack going with me.
Yup.
I mean, the only person I could possibly hurt's me. So you have to, you know, say, well, is it worth it? In my mind, you betcha. It's not like I'm gonna get drunk and, you know, go drive out on the road and mow some lady down. I'm gonna be on my property and I'm gonna be riding the bush hog for a day. Gonna have a cerveza there in moderation.
6 to be exact.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm taking protection. I got 6 bullets. I'm protecting my sanity with them, 1 bullet at a time. Dude, did you ever go back and watch the live stream where I harvested this field? Where the tractor just went off on its own, where Rambo drove it into the lake?
No.
Oh yeah, it's great. You have to go watch it. I never posted it on YouTube. Or maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know where I did that. I'm not sure where. My brain doesn't work good anymore. I was either on YouTube or Twitch. I don't know. And it was a daytime stream, so it might have been on the YouTube. No, it may have been on Twitch. See, this is where it's confusing and where it's a problem. I think it was on Twitch. I think it was a daytime stream on Twitch because nobody was watching it. I'm pretty sure it was on Twitch because that Amy girl showed up again. Or is it Amy? I forget. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it was on here. And yeah. 6 hours. I thought, well, I'd try 18. That's a long day. Oh, whatever, dude. Whatever with your big sky and 18-hour long days. I can't sit in a tractor for 8 hours. My kidneys would piss blood afterwards, you know? It would, 6 hours, take a break. I don't do it for a living, see? And it's not that I'm saying like, ooh, I did a big thing. I did 6 hours in a tractor. I'm saying if I'm going to be doing nothing for 6 hours other than driving a tractor, I'm having a beer. I'm not saying like, oh man, 6 hours in a tractor is torture and I'm going to be doing it every day and oh, it's a nightmare and I need a beer to get through it. No, what I'm saying is it's like playing golf, right? If you're going to be on a golf course for 4.5 hours, you're going to drink beer. It's just a thing, right? So if I'm going to be in a tractor for 6 hours, like I don't take the cell phone with me so people can't call me. And I'm in my own little world and I'm going to have a beer. So that's, so yeah, it's not like I'm sitting there going, oh yeah, if I'm going to be trapped in a tractor for 6 hours, you got me wrong. But at the same thing, like, I'm not doing more than 6 hours at a time. I'm taking a break, getting up, walking around. So that's the reason I use the 6 hour number. So, oh, trust me, when it's planting season, I put more than 6 hours in the tractor in a day. I'm messing with you also with the whole, oh, your big sky, your 18 hours. I'm having fun with you. Don't get offended. I'm being dramatic. There's a difference between open cab mowing and 6 hours planting corn, cultivating, AC, and a radio. You're exactly right. And for me, it's on bush hogging is open cab, bush hogging. Yeah, it's no AC. You want to talk torture? Let me talk torture with you, okay? Come down to South Alabama during harvest season, doing potatoes in a tractor that's got a ventilation issue.
Oh God!
It ain't got AC on it, okay? There's not AC on this tractor, and it's got a ventilation problem, meaning as the ventilation is leaking. You're getting air in from outside, and the filters aren't picking out all the dust. Let me tell you about the boogers that come out of my nose at the end of that trip. Oh my gosh. And that's wearing a respirator. There's 2 jobs in this world that suck, okay, in farming. Peanuts and potatoes. They both suck. Those are two jobs that if you do them without a respirator, you're going to die young, or you're going to have boogers that look like potatoes. I mean, it's just the way it is. No, by ventilation issue, Mac, if some of you may recall, my uncle called me in to help harvest potatoes one time. And the tractor he gave me had a big time air leak. In the sense that I had to call the girlfriend and tell her to bring me duct tape, cardboard, and a handkerchief. Because I always, regardless when we do potato harvesting, I always use a face mask to keep the dust out of my sinuses, because I already have respiratory issues anyways, and have reduced lung capacity from having 2 bouts with TB, right? So I already have that. So when I'm around harvest season, I do take that extra precaution, but the amount of dust that was getting into that cab that day was so ungodly bad that I had to call her, and she brought me a roll of duct tape and cardboard so that I could fix the hole. And then I had the little mask on, the filtration mask, and then even after that, I was taking and wetting a handkerchief and wrapping that around my face so that it would filter out even more of the dust, because it was so bad. It was just terribly dry that season, and the dust was unreal.
Man, when you were done, the inside of the cab must have had like an inch thick of dirt
on
it, right?
It was terrible, dude. Oh yeah, I mean, we keep those little I keep little sweepers in all the tractors anyways. Little, like little mini brooms, little handheld little brooms. Dude, we were sweeping that thing out every couple of passes, and just constantly having to beat the dashboard with something. It just was ridiculous how much. And what does he say? I ain't worried about it. I'm trading it in at the end of the season. I told you I'm getting a whole new stock of 8300s. So but yeah, usually when I bush hog, it's open cab.
That thing will go through saplings, right?
Yeah, up to about the size of a quarter, maybe a little bit bigger. It's not, I don't advise on it. You're always running the risk of tearing your equipment up. But yeah, it'd go through. I usually don't like to hit anything bigger than about the size of a maybe quarter, $half, something like that. Quarter's a good thing. Usually I carry a machete on the tractor, and if it's something like a little bit bigger than a $half or up around that size, I usually get off and cut that and knock it down. So I don't think there's anything but like one little spot to fix down here.
Yeah, where it jets out.
I don't even think there's any reason for me to come over here. I'm gonna fold my unit up. Look at 3 hours we cultivated and planted. The first night we did this field, in 3 hours we plowed it. With me, Rambo, and Cowboy. That was, took forever.
A daunting task.
Oh, it was. We didn't have enough equipment for the job at hand. Thank God for the Big Bud DLC. We're actually doing good once it got some bigger plows and stuff on here. Planters have always been the holdback. Billy Lee Lola, 5 bits. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you for the cheer. Thank you for the 5 bits. I do appreciate it. So you like the big plows on the server? They are nice. Oops.
All right, boys and girls, field 3 is done.
Hi, dude. 225.51 with a donation of $2.
No, J to the Z.
Wait, that's all? It seemed like he wrote much more than that. Hang on, I gotta go read what he said. Hang on. Let me tab out of the game and read what he said. Because it seemed like I read a whole lot more than just that. Must be in the air, can't walk away, I know. Okay, I don't know what that is, but anyways. It seems like a song lyric. I wonder why she didn't read all that. That's interesting. Alright, somebody name this song. Must be in the air. Oh, I can't walk away. I know. Just the way I'm raised. I know. Oh, mercy me. Just the way I am. Always gonna be. I ain't gonna change, no. I don't know. Always Jay-Z's new album. I got you, man. Yeah. Gotcha. I was like, huh? This makes no sense. You're speaking gibberish there, buddy. That explains it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this, even though I realize it's gonna be going away. Anyways, Pie Dude, thanks for the donation, man. I appreciate the $2. Gibberish your native language. Ah. Sense you be making. Yeah, it's like farm porn when I wash a truck. I didn't realize this particular mod, the trailer, the planter has its own cam view.
It is what?
The planter has its own cam view. So if you cycle through the views while you're in the tractor, you'll end up with the view of the tractor view in cab, then the drone cam for the tractor, but there's also a drone cam view on the trailer itself, or on the planter. There we go. All right. That's gonna get her done. Field is done. All right, and we'll sell these
Field is done.
Great Plains ones. Get rid of them. I mean, they're nice models and everything. I remember looking at them and thinking they were nice, but what I didn't like was they didn't have the fertilizer on them, whereas the DBs in the game do. All right. Which I think somebody said it earlier in chat that DBs don't really have a fertilizer tank on them. They have like a pre-emergence tank on them, if I remember correctly. Like the third tank isn't for liquid fertilizer so much as it's for a pre-emergent. You side dress and it doesn't use much of it. But I think we'll let that slide. Hey, Chris. How are you? How you doing, buddy? Hello.
Hi, Moose.
Hey, man.
Hi, Moose.
Hey, bye. This is like the end of a Teletubbies video, you know? Probably. Thank you. But anyways, all right, boys, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody coming out and joining us. Thanks for the new subs. Appreciate it, guys. And we'll be back tomorrow night, Friday night. We can figure out what we're gonna do for the Friday night live stream. Probably some farming. We'll probably work on that, unless place in 7 days. I don't know. Farming seems like the farming thing to do. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow night with another stream, and we'll go from there. But anyways, Chris, you want to say bye?
Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
By the way, thanks for the help tonight, Chris.
You bet.
And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Be safe. See you later.